Papercrafts. Welcome back to my channel. I'm doing a 12 by 12 process video today for Lottie Loves Paper, so this one's classes as an advertisement, and I'm finally using my Truly Grateful collection from Pink Pasilee. I've been hoarding this one. It's been in my drawer for ages, and I'm finally using it. So as you'll see, I used a sheet of the rainbowy paper. You saw it at the very beginning of the video, and what I've done is I've cut it all up actually, but I'm just using the blue and the green sections, and I'm going to stick them down around the top. This is upside down at the moment, and I'm just putting a piece of tape in the centre of each one to stick it down, because I'm going to do some hand stitching very soon. Yep, happy with how that looks, and my photo is going to go just there in the middle. So what I'm going to do is use a pokey tool and some foam, and I'm just going to poke holes in the sides of each. Watch me do it here. The side of each piece, and then I'm going to like stitch them together basically using all different colours of sort of greens and blue threads to do that. I have seen this idea online. I've seen a lot of people use this paper, and I generally see it used in a very similar way every time I've seen it. So I suppose this is kind of like a scrap lift, but I've just seen a lot of people use the paper like this, and I suppose it's the first thing that kind of springs to mind to do with it, maybe to chop it up. So I've seen this stitched idea where the pieces have been stitched together somewhere else. I'd love to give credit to those people, but I genuinely can't remember where I saw it. I've hunted through my Instagram and things, and I can't find it. So thank you to the person that gave me that idea. So I'm just going to thread a needle now, and I'm going to do some crosses on this first one, and then the two in the middle I'm going to do like diagonal stitches, and then the end two I'm going to do crosses again, just to give it a bit of interest. And you see me do the first part of the stitching, and you'll notice in this bit of the video I am wearing a fluffy sort of bluey green jumper. And then at the end of the video, I'm not wearing that anymore because the stitching took me so long. I think this layout was spread over about 3 days, because I knew I wanted to do this stitching, but if you've ever hand stitched on a layout, you know how long it takes, especially when you decide to do loads of it. And it becomes a bit of a labour of love. I'm really happy with how this turns out in the end, but it did take me a while to do the hand stitching. So yeah, I'm just doing some crosses. You can't really see because I've ended up going off screen slightly just to be able to see what I'm doing. You'll see it all very soon, because I'm going to cut out, and you'll see the whole thing finished and stitched in just a moment. So there it is, and you can see the stitches. They're much more obvious on the close-ups, which you'll see at the end of the video. So now all I'm doing is I'm taking that photograph of mine, and I am popping it onto a piece of just white cardstock, and I'm going to just trim that down. I just wanted to give it a little border. I like a little white border around things, especially when my background's white. It just makes that photograph pop off. And then I'm just going to look through some of the papers that I have from the collection, and do some of them as little strips and things behind that photograph, so there's a bit of interest there as well. And I do play with this for quite a while, deciding, because I'm trying to put green at one side and blue at the other, and it doesn't quite work. Apologies for the camera zooming in and out there. Didn't realise it was doing that. I'm working on a new computer, and it decided to lose all my settings. Very helpful. So yeah, just going to pop that little green piece in there, the little blue at the bottom. I do cut a strip of this off, and then decide that actually I'm not gonna use it in the end. I just couldn't get it to quite work, because I knew I was going to use those trees that are off at the side there. But I, in the end, just decided to use these two pieces, one at the top and one at the bottom, just to do a corner of each, and I liked that. I thought that worked really well. And then just a chunk of a decent foam there to stick on the back and give it a little bit of dimension, make it pop off, and make it so that I can tuck a couple of things underneath. Lots of double-sided sticky, and popping it in the centre, and just making sure it's straight. Because I'm recording onto a computer, I do often use the computer screen, because my camera's obviously looking straight down. I use the computer screen to work out whether my my layout is straight or not. So what I'm going to do with these trees is I'm putting one on top of the other. So I've fussy cut these from one of the other papers in the collection. I've fussy cut them and I really like them. And I've seen this done again on a different layout somewhere floating around on Instagram or Facebook, where there's one tree placed on top of the other and then you stitch down the middle on a sewing machine and then lift the edges of the trees, and it just gives a kind of 3D effect. So that's what I'm going to do now, is I'm just going to stick down the first layer where I'm going to put them with double-sided sticky, but I'm putting either side of that middle line so that I don't have to get my sewing machine needle to go through the tape, because I think that could end up making it really, really gunky. And then the next one gets put on with a line of glue down the centre just to hold it in place while I sew. Unfortunately, I don't show you the sewing on the video, but you'll see it again on the close-ups at the end. I'm just going to put those on. Little line of glue down the middle. Don't want to stick the whole thing down. And then my final little step here is just to add a few embellishments. Now I've got loads of bits left from the Truly Grateful and from the collection that came before that I can't remember the name of. I love these glossy word stickers. I think they're absolutely wonderful. So I've decided to use that blue Make Your Own Magic because we were at Annick Gardens and this was my son playing around and hiding in some of the bushes and dens and things that they had, and he was talking about fairies and magic and things. That title fits really well. So I'm just going to stick this on, and then there's a couple of other bits of embellishments that I pull off of the sheets, and then that's about it. And you'll see, like I say, the stitching on the trees in the close-ups at the end. Thank you so much for watching. Looks like it was a really quick one to come together, and it was. Just that stitching took a little while at the beginning. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it's inspired you, and if it has, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And I'll see you again soon with some more process videos. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.